Hi, this is Mr. Leo, and in this brief video, we're going to take a look at how you can participate in a Google Meet video conference that's been shared on Google Classroom. In this case, I'm here in Google Classroom. The teacher has shared a link to Google Meet. Think of Google Meet as Google's alternative to Zoom. It's a free tool. It's built right into Google Classroom. The teacher has posted the link in the banner, and they've also posted it on this announcement. Now, as a student, if I click on this, you'll notice a new tab opens up, and I can't create a meeting for myself. I have to contact my system administrator. This is on purpose. Students are not allowed to create Google Meet meetings. If I return to home screen, for example, it's only going to give me the opportunity to use a meeting code to join a meeting. The teachers are the ones to create the meetings and invite the students. If a teacher has not yet joined a call, then the students cannot join. So on another computer, I'm going to launch Google Meet. And once it is launched, I'm going to show it to you on this Chromebook screen that I'm working on right now. All right, so I'm officially starting the meeting. Again, the teacher has launched it. Now when the student clicks the link, you're going to see that the meeting will in fact launch. It wants permission to use the camera and microphone. This is my first time using Google Meet on the Chromebook. So you'll see the prompt at the top of the screen. The correct command is to allow, but I'm going to select block on purpose so I can show you how to restart the camera and microphone if the students accidentally block the camera and mic. But traditionally, you'd want to click allow for this. But like I said, I'm going to click block on purpose. There's a little lock icon in the top corner of the URL. When you click on that, you'll notice the commands for camera and microphone right here. They're set to block. You can simply click the arrow, change it to allow for both. And when you close that pop-up, you'll be prompted to reload the page. The reload was successful. My camera is starting. My microphone is starting. I'm going to select join now, and I will now be joining the meeting in the role of a student. You'll see myself in the top corner, the student. You can see that there are 3 dots indicating the volume. You can pin yourself to the screen, or you can unpin yourself just by clicking your little avatar in the top corner. The camera angle you're getting now is from my other computer where I'm in the role of teacher. There is a chat window. You can see who your participants are. Notice 3 dots. Again, this indicates a microphone volume. There's a drop down next to the teacher's name. You can pin the teacher, but you can't mute the teacher or remove them from the meeting. The teacher is the one who has this kind of control. Let's close the participant window. Oh, actually, before we do, you'll notice there's a chat window. When you chat, notice you're sending a message to everyone. So there is a running transcript, and I believe the teacher will get a copy of that transcript in their Google Drive. Let's close that window for now. Other commands, notice in the bottom left corner, you have the meeting code. This is a shareable link. So let's say a peer is unable to join, lost the link, can't find how to get in. You can copy this, and then you can share that with someone else. But frankly, the only people who typically should be in a meeting are the ones that the teacher invites. There's a microphone icon to mute your mic and turn it on and off. There is a video icon to turn your video on or off. The red phone icon, traditional phone icon, is to leave the call. If you want to turn on captions, Google will capture your voice and make a transcript out of it. If I move my mouse away from that bar at the bottom of the screen, it will eventually disappear. You just need to be patient. And now you can see that the transcript window is open. It identifies who's talking. It does a very good job of capturing the transcript, including punctuation and capitalization. If you want to turn that off, just shake your mouse a little bit. That bar comes back up, and you can turn the captions off. If you want to present your screen as a student, you don't have to ask. You can do it. But again, it's good etiquette to ask the teacher or wait for the teacher to give you permission. You can click Present Now, and it will prompt you, what do you want to share, your entire screen, a window, or a Chrome tab. Now, if you notice, I've got Mr. Leo's class in one tab, and I've got Google Meet in another tab. Let me open up one more. I'm going to go to Jamboard. Jamboard is a whiteboard. It's a Google tool. If you want to create a new jam to share, you can click the plus sign, and it will initiate a new one. So let's say I want to share this with my class, I can share a Chrome tab, and it will ask me what I want to share. I want to share this untitled jam. And now, although you're seeing just this, the teacher and the rest of the class would be seeing not only what you're seeing on the screen now, but they'd also see in the sidebar the video placeholders for each of the participants in the Google Meet call. Jamboard's pretty simple to use. There's a pen icon. If you click on the pen, you can select a color palette. There's different types of pens, highlighters, markers, and brushes. But because I'm using a touchscreen, this would be an easy way for me to demonstrate a math equation. If I wanted to draw on the screen, I could simply use my finger to draw. There's an eraser button, a mouse. There is a sticky note option. You can upload an image. There's a laser pointer. You can even change backgrounds if you need graph paper, for example, to show the teacher what you're doing. You can also clear that frame. You can add new frames to your jam, and so forth and so on. It's also shareable, just like any other Google Doc. When you click share, you can make it viewable to others, or you can enter someone's email address to share it directly with that person. In this case, the student might want to share what they're doing with their teacher by entering their teacher's email address so they can have a copy of it too. Let's go back to Google Meet. Notice it's telling me I'm sharing Jamboard. Let me stop sharing. And let's proceed with the rest of this. I'm no longer presenting my screen. Presenting has been turned off. When you click the three dots, you'll notice there's an option for recording the meeting. If a student does choose this option, the recording will go to the teacher's Google Drive. You can change the layout. By default, it's set up for automatic, but you can change it to tiled, sidebar, or spotlight. Spotlight will feature whoever is talking at the moment, and will switch between users. Other options, you can go full screen. Notice I am not full screen right now. If I wanted to go full screen, I could. With using the escape key on the keyboard, you can get out of full screen. You can switch camera. I'm on a Chromebook, so I have two cameras, one of them front-facing, one of them rear-facing, just like a phone, but you can toggle back and forth. You can't traditionally do that on a computer. Again, there's my captions option. Settings just controls what microphone and what speakers I'm using. It also has some controls over video, front camera by default, resolution, and so forth. I typically don't touch these settings unless I need to switch mics. Notice I am not using the built-in mic. I am using a microphone attachment that's plugged into the headphones jack. That's pretty much it. I'm going to leave this meeting, but I wanted to show you something. If I do in fact leave, I can always rejoin. It brings me back into the meeting because the meeting is still going on. So I'm going to click join now and rejoin. Let's say the teacher is the one, let's say after the student leaves, the teacher is the last one, and the teacher actually leaves the meeting. Now when the student tries to rejoin, because everyone has exited, including the teacher, rejoining is no longer possible. Notice the meeting has already ended and I can't get back in. The only way I can get back into that meeting is if the teacher is in there. Thanks for listening, and I hope you found this useful.